Hello students, I welcome all of you to the second session of The Human Eye and the Colorful World. These are the concepts that you are going to learn today. Range of human vision, defects of vision and their correction. In the previous session, you had learnt about accommodation, isn't it? The power of accommodation of a normal eye. So now you will be learning the range of vision of a normal eye. The maximum accommodation of a normal eye can be reached when the object is at a particular distance. So that particular distance is about 25 centimeter from the eye. After this, the ciliary muscles cannot make the eye lens more convex in shape, that means more thick in shape. So an object placed at a distance lesser than 25 centimeter cannot be seen clearly. You can also try this. So if you try to see something very close, it becomes blur. That is closer than 25 centimeter. You can see anything clear only if it is after 25 centimeter from your eye. So a normal eye can see things clearly at a distance of 25 centimeter and after that. So normal eye has a power of accommodation which enables objects as far as infinity and as close as 25 centimeter to be focused on the retina. So where is the image going to be formed? On the retina. So if the image is not formed on the retina means some defects are there. You will learn that in today's session only. So what if the image is formed in front of the retina? What if the image is formed behind the retina? All those are few defects of vision. So but for a normal eye, the power of accommodation enables the objects as far as infinity, that is going to be the far point, and as close as 25 centimeter, that is going to be the near point, to be focused on the retina. So what is this near point and far point? So if you know these both clearly, you will understand what is the range of vision for a normal eye. The farthest point from the eye at which an object can be seen clearly is known as the far point of the eye. The far point of a normal human eye is at infinity. That means the far point of a normal human eye is at a very large distance. The nearest point up to which the eye can see an object clearly without any strain is called the near point of the eye. So the near point of a normal human eye is at a distance of 25 centimeters from the eye. So the near point of an eye is also known as least distant of distinct vision. I repeat, the near point of a normal eye is also known as least distance of distinct vision. The minimum distance at which an object must be placed so that a normal eye can see it clearly without any strain is called the least distance of distinct vision. So the least distance of distinct vision for a normal human eye is about 25 centimeters. So what happens when you see something very close, that is closer than 25 centimeter from your eye? For example, to read a book clearly and comfortably without straining your eyes, it must be held at a distance of 25 centimeter from our eyes. So if you try to read a book by holding it very close to your eyes, you will feel a lot of strain. You must have experienced this. You will feel a lot of strain on the eyes and the image of the printed matter in the book will also look blurred. So from this what you can say, the range of a normal human eye is from infinity to about 25 centimeters. That is, a normal human eye can see the objects clearly which are lying anywhere between infinity and 25 centimeters from the eye. You can see the distant mountains, clouds and sky because the far point of our eye is at infinity. So what is the range of human vision? The range of vision of a normal human eye is from infinity to 25 centimeters for a normal eye. This is called the range of vision of a normal human eye. The ability of a person to see is called vision. It can also be told as eyesight. Sometimes a person cannot focus the image of an object on the retina properly. In such cases, the vision of a person becomes blurred and he or she cannot see either faraway objects or nearby objects. In some cases, both, that is faraway object as well as nearby objects also clearly and comfortably. Then we can say that the person is said to have a defect of vision. So the defects of vision are also known as defects of eye. There are three common defects of vision. They are myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. So let us start with the first one, that is myopia. It is also called as short-sightedness. So from the name itself you can guess what it might be. Short-sightedness means your sight will be limited only for shorter distance. So you can see only objects whichever are very close to you, and you cannot see clearly the objects whichever are far away from you. So it is common vision condition in which you can see objects near to you clearly, but objects far away from you becomes blur. So why will this take place? So let us learn in detail about the causes of myopia, what are the symptoms of myopia and how can it be corrected. A short-sighted person means that the short sight of a person is normal, but his long sight, that is, he cannot see the distant objects clearly. So what can you say about myopia? Myopia, which is also called as short-sightedness, is that defect of vision due to which a person cannot see the distant objects clearly, but he can see nearby objects clearly. For example, a student having the defect called myopia and sitting on the back benches in the class cannot read the writing whichever is there on the blackboard clearly, though he can read his book comfortably which is very close to him. The far point of an eye suffering from myopia is less than infinity. All of you know what are far point and near points, isn't it? Far point of a normal eye is infinity and the near point of a normal eye is 25 centimeter. So what happens in case of myopia is the far point of an eye suffering from myopia becomes lesser than infinity. So such a person can see clearly only up to a distance of few meters or even less than few meters. So the defect of eye called myopia is caused due to the high converging power of eye lens because of its short focal length. You should remember the causes: due to the high converging power of eye lens and because of the shorter focal length. So as the converging power of the eye lens becomes high, the short focal length is going to become very short. And also due to this the eyeball becomes too long. So these are the reasons why myopia takes place in the eye. So in some cases in an eye suffering from myopia, the ciliary muscles attached to the eye lens do not relax sufficiently to make the eye lens thinner to reduce its converging power. So due to the greater converging power of the eye lens, the image of the distant object is formed in front of the retina. Do you remember where the image forms? Which part acts as the screen for the image? Retina, isn't it? So a person having myopia cannot make the image to be formed on retina. Instead of that, what happens is the image is formed in front of the retina and hence the eye cannot see it clearly. So you can say in this way also, in the eye suffering from myopia, the eyeball is too long, due to which the retina is at a larger distance from the eye lens. This condition also results in the formation of the image of the distant object in front of the retina instead of on the retina. And what are the symptoms of myopia? Blurry vision when looking at distant objects, the need to squint or partially close the eyelids to see clearly, headaches caused by eye strain, difficulty seeing while driving a vehicle, especially during night times. So this is all about short-sightedness, the definition of short-sightedness, causes of short-sightedness and symptoms of short-sightedness. Short-sightedness is also called as myopia. So what are the causes of myopia? High converging power and eyeball becoming too long. And what is the result of high converging power? Focal length becomes shorter. and because of this what happens is the image will be formed in front of the retina, which a person cannot see clearly. When can a person see clearly? Image should be formed on the retina, only then it is called as normal vision. So in case of myopia, the image is formed in front of retina. So how can we correct this? You will learn that now. Observe here, there are 3 diagrams, isn't it? So you will learn how myopia can be corrected using concave lens in this diagram now. You can see here also how the object is clearly having its image on retina after using concave lens. How is this possible and why concave lens has been used? You should know all those clearly. Only then you will know why concave lens is used to correct myopia. Observe figure A. In this figure, it shows an eye having the defect called myopia, which is also called as short-sightedness. It can also be told as nearsightedness. In this case, the parallel rays of light, you can see the parallel rays of light coming from infinity, that is coming from the distant object from infinity, are converged to form an image eye in front of the retina. You can see the image is formed in front of the retina but not on the retina, isn't it? So this condition is called myopia. So what happens in this case is the eye cannot see the distant object clearly because it is not formed on the retina. So how can we make this image to be formed on the retina? So the far point of such an eye, that is myopic eye, is at a point f which is less than infinity. You remember what are the far points and near points, isn't it? So in case of myopia, the far point is lesser than infinity. So you should be knowing that the rays of light coming from the person's far point can just be focused by his eye on the retina as shown in the figure B. This means that if the distant object can be made to appear as it were at the far point f of this eye, then the eye can see it clearly. How can this be possible? You can get this achieved by using a concave lens. So this can be done by putting a concave lens in front of the eye as described now. So myopia can be corrected by using spectacles which has concave lens. So you have to make the far point appear in this place so that the image can be formed here. But how can you make the far point appear here? By using a concave lens. So myopia can be corrected by using concave lens. So when a concave lens of a suitable power is placed in front of the myopic eye like this, in front of the myopic eye as shown in the figure here, then what happens is the parallel rays of light coming from the distant object, you can see the parallel rays of light coming from the distant object are first diverged by the concave lens. So they will be diverged by the concave lens initially. Due to this, the concave lens forms a virtual image of the distant object at the eye's far point. So here you can see the image will be first formed here. You can see here in this picture it is clear. Since the rays of the light now appear to be coming from the eye's far point, then they can see easily whatever is focused by the eye lens to form an image on the retina. So you should be knowing that concave lens used for correcting myopia should be of such a focal length that it produces a virtual image of the distant object at the far point of the myopic eye. So that is why we are using concave lens here. Initially it diverges the light rays and makes the virtual image to be formed at the far point of the myopic eye. Then the correct image will be formed on the retina. So this is how myopic eye can be corrected using concave lens. So you should be knowing that the whole purpose of using a concave lens here is to reduce the converging power of eye lens. The concave lens used here decreases the converging power of the eye lens and helps in forming the image of the distant object on the retina of the myopic eye. But you should be knowing which is the power of concave lens, what is the suitable power of concave lens that you have to use. It depends upon the defect of the person. So how can you check that and get it done? You will know that now. So as of now you should be knowing that concave lens is used to correct myopia because it reduces the higher converging power of a myopic eye and it makes the image to be formed on the retina. Focal length of a concave lens which is needed to correct the myopia in a person can be calculated by using lens formula. All of you know what is lens formula, isn't it? 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. In this case, the formula, the object distance U is to be taken as infinity and the image distance V will be the distance of the person's far point, which is different for different people. It will not be the same for all. So it depends upon the person and his condition. So knowing the focal length of the concave lens, we can calculate its power. So then it will become easy for the doctor to suggest proper power of concave lens that has to be used for the spectacles of myopic eye. The next defect of vision is farsightedness, which is also called as hypermetropia or hyperopia. So a long-sighted person means his sight is limited only for longer vision. That means the long sight of the person is normal, that he can see the distant objects clearly, but his short sight, that is to see nearby objects, is defective. Hypermetropia is that defect of vision due to which a person cannot see the nearby objects clearly, though he can see the distant objects clearly. For example, a person having a defect hypermetropia cannot read a book or newspaper clearly and comfortably, though he can read the number of a distant bus clearly. The near point of hypermetropic eye is more than 25 centimeters away. Such a person is told to have hypermetropia, and such a person has to hold the reading material like a book or newspaper at arm's length much beyond 25 centimeter from the eye for comfortable reading. You must have seen people reading newspaper holding it very far from them. Have you experienced that? So such people will be having farsightedness. So what happens is, in such cases the near point of the eye will become more than 25 centimeters away, and they cannot see things whichever are very close to them. It is just opposite to myopia. So here are the symptoms of hypermetropia, which is also called as hyperopia or farsightedness or long-sightedness. So what is hypermetropia? It is long-sightedness. In hypermetropia, what are the common symptoms? Person is able to see faraway objects but not able to see objects whichever is closer to him. Image of nearby object is formed behind the retina. Near point of the person is beyond 25 centimeter. All these are the symptoms of hypermetropia. What are the causes? Why will this take place? Because the eyeball becomes too small in such cases, and as a result the focal length of the eye lens becomes too long, resulting in hypermetropia. So how can this be corrected? This can be corrected using convex lens of suitable power. So the convex lens makes the image to be formed on the retina instead of behind the retina. Behind the retina means he is having a defect, that is hypermetropia, and that can be corrected by using convex lens. What will the convex lens do? It will make the image to be formed on the retina instead of behind the retina. In case of myopia, the image was formed in front of the retina. So which lens did we use? We used concave lens. In case of hypermetropia, where is the image formed? Image is formed behind the retina. So we are using convex lens to correct this so that the image will be formed on the retina. But how will this be possible? You will know that now when you study the detailed correction of hypermetropia now. So you can see here normal vision, hyperopia vision, that is a person having long sightedness or far sightedness. The image is formed behind the retina. Normal vision, it will be formed on the retina, you can see here. In case of hypermetropia, which is also called as hyperopia, the image is formed behind the retina, and when you use convex lens, this can be corrected so that the image will be formed on the retina. But how is this possible? How will the convex lens work in this case? Let us learn that now. Observe figure A, figure B and figure C. Coming to the figure A, in some cases the ciliary muscles attached to the eye lens becomes weak and cannot make the eye lens thicker to increase its converging power. So due to low converging power of eye lens in the eye suffering from hypermetropia, the image of the nearby object is formed behind the retina and hence the eye cannot see it clearly. So an eye suffering from hypermetropia, the eyeball is too short. The eyeball becomes too short in that cases, which makes the retina doesn't form the image on it. The eyeball becomes too short, due to which the retina is at a smaller distance from the eye lens. This condition also results in the formation of the image of the nearby object behind the retina, as you can see on the screen here. Diverging rays of the light coming from the nearby object O, that is these diverging rays which are coming from a nearby object O placed at a normal point, that is normal near point N, that is 25 cm from the eye. 25 cm from the eye are converged to form an image eye behind the retina, due to which the eye cannot see the nearby object clearly. The image is formed behind the retina. This is because of the low converging power of the eye lens, and in this cases the eyeball becomes too short. The near point of an eye having hypermetropia is at a point N dash. You can see here N dash, which is more than 25 centimeters away. The diverging rays of light coming from a hypermetropic person's eye, that's near point, can just be focused by his eye on the retina as shown in the figure here. This means that if the object placed at the normal point N, that is 25 cm, can be made to appear as if it were placed at the eye's near point N dash, then the eye will be able to see it clearly. This can be done by placing convex lens in front of the eye. So hypermetropia or long-sightedness is corrected by using spectacles containing convex lens. So when a convex lens, the convex lens of suitable power is placed in front of the hypermetropic eye as shown here in the figure, then the diverging rays, that is the diverging rays of the light coming from the nearby object are first converged by this convex lens. All of us know convex lens is also called as converging lens, isn't it? So the diverging rays of light which is coming from the nearby object are first converged by the convex lens. Due to this, what happens is the convex lens forms a virtual image of the nearby object at the near point N dash. It forms a virtual image here at N dash of the hypermetropic eye. Since the rays of the light now appear to be coming from the eye's near point N dash, they can be focused easily by the eye lens to form an image on the retina. So you should be knowing that convex lens used for correcting hypermetropia should be of such a focal length that it forms a virtual image of the object placed at the normal near point N of 25 cm at the near point N dash of the hypermetropic eye. So how can you know what is the focal length that is required? You should be knowing the formula, that is the lens formula, to find out the suitable power depending upon the near point of the hypermetropic eye. So this is about hypermetropia, where the image is formed behind the retina and we are using convex lens to make the virtual image formed on N dash, that is the normal point of hypermetropic eye, so that the image can be focused on the retina properly. So how to find out the suitable focal length? You will know that now. So calculation of the power of convex lens to correct hypermetropia is the focal length of convex lens needed to correct hypermetropia can be found using lens formula, that is 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. In this formula, the object distance u, in this formula, you all know this formula, isn't it? In this formula, the object distance u is to be taken as the normal near point of the eye, which is 25 centimeter, and the image distance v will be taken as the distance of the near point of the hypermetropic eye. So knowing these two values, you can find out the focal length of the convex lens required to correct the hypermetropic condition. The next defect of vision is presbyopia. It is a defect in which person is not able to see nearby objects clearly. It is formed in the old person where the ciliary muscles becomes very weak with age. So hence they lose the power of accommodation by their old age. In old age, due to ciliary muscles becoming very weak, what happens is the eye lens becomes inflexible. The eye loses the power of accommodation. Because of this, an old person cannot see the nearby objects clearly. This leads to a defect called presbyopia. So what is presbyopia? It is a defect of vision due to which an old person cannot see the nearby objects clearly due to the loss of power of accommodation of the eye. For example, an old person having presbyopia cannot read a book or newspaper comfortably and clearly without spectacles. So presbyopia occurs in old age due to the gradual weakening of the ciliary muscles and diminishing flexibility of the eye lens. So what happens in these type of people is the near point of the old person having presbyopia gradually recedes and becomes much more than 25 centimeters away. Actually, presbyopia is a special kind of hypermetropia. So we can call old age hypermetropia is nothing but presbyopia. So presbyopia is the hypermetropia caused by the loss of power of accommodation of the eye due to the old age. And this can also be connected by the same procedure what we used for hypermetropia. So presbyopia defect is corrected in the same way as hypermetropia by using spectacles having convex lens.